wake-up call. This is the moment. This is the moment you decide to make a change. The moment you decide that this is a choice that will change your life forever. You get to finally step up in this moment. How many years have you been going about doing the same things, thinking the same things, saying the same things, being the same way to all the people in your life, and never fully going after the dream that is burning inside of your belly? How many years have you been making excuses for why you have not stepped up yet? How many people try to inspire you to step up, and yet you tell them excuse after excuse of why you're too old, why you're too young, why you're not educated enough, why you're not smart enough, why you're not good looking enough, why you don't have the experience? How many excuses have you made in your life that have held you from fully going after your purpose, your mission, your dream, the thing that brings the fire out of you and inspires those around you? How long and how much longer are you going to hold yourself back? Play small, play it safe, stay comfortable, not hurt anyone's feelings. How much longer are you going to play a safe life and never, ever do anything that leaves a mark on this planet? This is your wake-up call. This is the moment you decide. You have a choice every single breath, every single time your heart beats. You get to make a choice. Am I going to move towards my dreams, or am I going to waste another breath, waste another heartbeat, and allow my fears, my insecurities, my stupid stories that I have going in my head over and over, that I'm not worthy enough, that I'm not good enough, that I'm not smart enough, that I'm not ready enough, that I don't have enough experience, hold you back from fully opening your heart, expressing yourself, and living like a man or woman on a mission to change whatever it is you want to change and live however you want to live. This is your wake-up call, and you have a huge decision right now. I am calling you forth. I am calling you forth to get out of your comfort zone.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to tonight's workshop. I hope that gives you guys all chills like it gives me chills every time I watch that shit. So, am I watching the right thing? Guy with arms out. I couldn't tell you what he's talking about. Anyways, any of you guys right now, I'll let you all know that are on this workshop tonight. If you can't hear anything, you might need to turn up your volume or refresh your screen in some way, shape, or form. You need to make sure that if you are watching this tonight and you have people that are watching Netflix, people that are on their computers, laptops, cell phones, this could interrupt your streaming of this live broadcast. Just so you know, this broadcast is streamed live and it uses up tons of bandwidth, which uses up a lot of your internet connection. And from time to time, that'll disconnect you. Then you got to refresh. Sometimes it'll boot you out, that kind of stuff, right? So the less internet connections that are being used in your house right now, the better off you're going to be. So, how many people here right now just watched that and got a little bit of chills and was like, holy shit, I'm ready to make a change in my life? Type in the chat roll if that kind of gave you, because I mean, I made a change in my life 5 years ago, and that's still hearing that kind of shit still gives me chills. So type it in the chat roll. This is going to be very, 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 very interactive. Very interactive. Lots of questions. I'm trying to get you guys all part of this. Keeping your arms crossed and going, I wonder if this is legit. I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just going to watch this all the way through. It's not going to work. So what does this have to do about building an online business? You're probably asking yourself, well, I just want to get to how I build an online business. What's it all about? Well, I'll tell you, it all starts right there. It all starts with how you think of things. That internal dialogue with yourself saying, I can't do this. I'm not good enough to do that. It's too hard. It's too difficult. I don't make enough money. I grew up in a shitty childhood. My dad did this. My wife did this. People don't want me to do this. All those things are never going to change your current situation. The only thing that's going to change your current situation is changing your outlook. So the very first thing that I say to everyone here that comes to this, you need to have an open mind. If you're coming here with a closed mind, or you're coming in here thinking, oh, I'm just going to see what this is about, this isn't your average workshop you're going to come to. I understand. I'm not all about business. I'm not all about, well, this is A plus B equals C, and this is how you do this, and oh, and by the way, you need to pay this, blah, blah, blah right now. That's not how I roll. The very first and most important thing is that you're open-minded and you have a clear vision on what it is that you're looking out of your life. If you're looking for a change, and it doesn't necessarily mean just internet marketing, it could be relationships, it could be business, it could be your financial situation, it could be a lot of things. The very first thing that you need to do is you need to do something different. It's the first thing. If you want something different to happen in your life, you can't continue to do the same thing and expect that there's going to be a different result. If you look up the definition of insanity, it is that. Do the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Right? So you need to have an open mind. You have to be willing to be interactive in this. You have to be willing to honestly absorb the information. You need to have patience. I don't fare very well with people that ask, questions that are just not relative to anything. If you're negative, if you're any of that kind of stuff, I just ask yourself to remove yourself. If you're saying, oh, that mindset stuff and how all that positive thinking stuff, that's all hocus pocus, let's get down to business, I would never work with you in a fucking million years. And that's the last thing. I do swear. And if you're easily offended by me swearing, then it's probably not going to work either. I am real. I am human. I am who I am. I say what I say, and it's not meant to be mean, derogative, and whatever story you've created in your head the word fuck means, I'm sorry, but in my world, it's just an expression. It doesn't mean that I think that there's anything negative towards you at all. So the reason I start that out is I want you guys all to understand that change starts within yourself. And it doesn't matter what I show you. It doesn't matter what anyone shows you. If you're not willing to take action, then there's not going to be any results. And you're going to continue playing the same story that you've been playing your whole entire life that you say you want to change. How many people in here understand that? You guys get that? Everybody in here? It's very interactive. I don't want to see like 4 people's names over and over and over again. I don't know how many people are in this room. Let's take a look. There's 89 people active in this room. So how many people are ready to, how many people in this room understand and have an open mind to about what's going to go on? There's going to be some aha moments. I hope that there's some aha moments. If you don't have aha moments from it, then you already know more than I do and you're ready to roll. If nothing changes, nothing changes. Exactly. Trying. Hate the word trying. Trying doesn't mean anything. Doing. Perfect. Lots of people. All right. So I'm going to ask a bunch of questions right off the hop, and these should open your eyes to a lot of things. The first thing, how many people in this room take advice from other people? And anybody who's been to this workshop before, don't ruin it for other people. How many people in this room take advice from other people? Type it in the chat roll if you take advice. By the way, just so everybody knows, and all these guys know on the panel, this is exactly my rule of life. Literally everything, everybody that I talk to, I live by this. I live by this. Literally. And it changed my life. There we go. Sometimes, maybe, yes, yes. We're going to see lots of people. Yep. I do take it. Sometimes, depends on the situation, if it makes sense. I used to take advice from tons of people, but I never used to actually think it through. Me, depends. All right. So my next question to everybody in here, you guys are all typing. I mean, the majority of people do take advice. That's just reality. How many people in this room take advice from those people, and are those people living the life that you want to live? All you people that are taking advice from people, are they living the current life that you want to live? This changed my life. This changed my outlook on everything. Type it in the chat room. We're going to see a lot of nopes. A lot of them. And all you people that say yes, if you're taking advice from those people, Matt and several other users, why are you here? Why aren't you living the life that you wanted to? Because if they're giving you advice, that means you're not following through. And it doesn't matter what advice I give you on here tonight, you're never going to follow through either. Does that make sense? Is that an aha moment to you guys? You guys understand that in order for you to make a change, in order for you to do something different in your life, if you're taking advice from people, you need to be taking advice from people that live the life that you want. And that goes for relationship, that goes for business, that goes for anything in life. It doesn't matter what it is. And here's reality. It's like a map. When you put something out and you have a map right in front of you and you draw a line from A to B or A to Z and you follow that map, you always get to the exact same point. Always. There's no change. There might be roadblocks. There might be traffic jams. There might be any of that kind of stuff. There's going to be things that you may have to overcome, but you will always get to the same destination. And that goes forward with listening to people who have the results you do. If someone has this result and he says, here, do this, you will get my result. Well, there literally is only one thing that'll happen. If you do exactly what they tell you, you will always end up with their same results. It's called duplication. And the difference between most people, and it's funny, a lot of people go, and it's really funny. This is funny that goes on and on and on and on. I mean, there's millionaires and billionaires that write books about what they do. Gary Vaynerchuk, actually he's a guy that I listen to quite often. He'll tell you, Gary Vaynerchuk will sit there and he'll be like, well, people ask him, well, why do you give all this value? Why do you tell people what you do? And he says, well, to be quite honest, because everyone always goes, well, why would you help people? Why would you do anything for people? Right? And his answer every single time is, to be quite honest, most people aren't willing to do what it takes to be successful. Most people aren't willing to take the advice. It's the truth. It's 100% the truth. No word of a lie, no shit. These people give you roadmaps every single day on how to do things. And whether or not you're willing to actually do it is another story. And reality is everyone, including myself up to 5 years ago, was pretty much created a reality in our mind. Actually, we didn't create it. It was created for us from the time that we were very young. And we were instilled with, we need to grow up. We need to listen to our elders. The politics and the news is exactly what we need to do. We need to go to school. And then from school, we need to go to school again to get a job, to get a student loan, to get out of school, to pay off the debt, to have a job, to live in a house that we're going to take a mortgage on. And then we're going to save. And then we're going to die, or then we're going to retire at like whatever it is, 63, 65 years old. And we're going to live off of the 40% of the income that we couldn't live off in the first place. That's what's instilled in us. I mean, from the time we're very, very young guys. And it's not until you awaken yourself. And here's reality. 97% of the population works for 3%. And you want to know what the difference is between yourself and the other 97%, or between yourself and the other 3%? It's just in the mindset and the way that they think. That's it. They're willing to do stuff that not everyone else do. So I always hear people, it's funny, it comes to a conclusion. I had a buddy of mine, and I don't remember what we were exactly talking about. I think we were actually talking about cryptocurrency. So he's actually seen me from the inception, from my very last job working for a corporation and growing to this point where I am right now. And we sat down and we were talking, I think we were talking about Ethereum, or we were talking about Bitcoins, and, he's seen my success. And, you know, he likes money. And to be honest, he's a real smart guy. He's German. He's created a real good life for himself. He's going through a little bit of a hiccup with his wife right now and a divorce, whatever, but he's always been smart financially, right? But the one thing is he's never been free to do whatever he wants to do. You know, now he says, you know, he would want that, but it's not reality. And I asked him, I said, so why aren't you doing it? And he goes, and I said, it's got to be fear. And he goes, no, it's not fear. Definitely not fear. Nope, definitely not fear. I said, well, that's funny because every single person I know, every single person stops doing something specifically for fear. And he's like sitting there and he's like, no. And I said, really? Okay. So I said to you, I said right now. So I said to him right off the hop, and I believe it was cryptocurrency because I invested a bunch of money in cryptocurrency and I'm up hundreds of thousands of dollars. He's seen this. So I said to him, I said, okay, so let's say it's not fear, right? You say it's not fear. It's not fear at all. I said, okay. So I'll tell you what, if I told you right now to put in $5,000 in cryptocurrency, would you do it? Well, no. But I said to him, I said, okay, well, if I told you to give me $5,000 right now and I gave you $20,000, would you do it? Well, of course I would. There's your answer right there. It's fear of the unknown. One doesn't have an instant gratification. The other one does. It's fear of the unknown. We're so used to living the life that we always have been grown accustomed to that we don't see any other way. And I used to watch Matrix is a good movie to watch. They talk about how there's like a whole other realm or another world. And that matrix or that realm is what you created. No shit. And I know, guys, that this isn't a lot to do with building an online business, but this is very important for you guys to understand. It's all about mindset. It's all about having a vision. And it doesn't matter if it's in relationships. It doesn't matter if it's in internet marketing. It doesn't matter if it's in regular business. It doesn't matter what you're doing in life. And a guy smarter than I am has the true stats on it. You know, has worked with millionaires and billionaires throughout their life. Tony Robbins, he'll tell you 95% of all businesses are gone within 5 years. So the longer you're in business up to the 5-year mark, the inevitability is that you're not going to be around. And I'm going to show you guys why they're not around. And I'm going to show you guys some clear changes that you need to make. So the very first thing I'm going to ask everyone in here right now is, how many people in this room have made an online purchase before? Here's some more aha moments coming on. How many people in this room right now have made an online purchase before? Type it in the chat room. We're going to see everybody in this room right now light it up. This should be a big, I mean, other than taking advice from other people, this should be another aha moment. This should be like, what the fuck, I need to get into building an online business immediately. So when are you going to get to the point? There's already one of those people. You know, Damien, I wouldn't work with you anyway. If you can't get the point from this from the beginning, you are one of those people that I just talked about at the beginning. So everyone in here has made an online purchase before. Perfect. All right. How many people know people that work in retail, work in construction, work in the forestry, work for the government, work for all the standard businesses out there? How many people? How many people? How many people in here know people that work like normal jobs, retail, construction, you name it, whatever your average, drywall, you know, lawyers, doctors, whatever. How many people know? This should be a big point. Big point. All right. So we're going to see pretty much everybody in this room. There's 92 people in this room right now. So we're going to see everyone in this room. Just about everybody. Perfect. All right. So you guys all know everybody that works normal jobs, you know, normal average every life, went to school, university, whatever, work construction, whatever, right? You all know that. Now, and you guys all buy online, right? How many people in this room right now are building a full-time online income or knows somebody who actually builds a full-time online income online? How many? If this isn't a wake-up call, guys, I'm telling you right now, that first aha moment's 1 point, and this is the whole point about building an online business. This should like literally wake you up like crazy. How many people are building a full-time online income or know somebody that's doing it? I see a few people know some people. That's weird. The screen just went blank.
I can still hear you, but I can't see you.
Hold on, let me...
Same here. Just hear you, not see you.
That's weird. Hold on a sec. I'm always on Monday 6, so turn everything off right now. Using up all the bandwidth, phones, everything. There we go. We're back. I just got all my boys off the internet. Here I am telling everyone to get off in there, and they're all playing friggin' video games. Shoot them up, kill them up.
Darn children on the Wi-Fi.
Yep. And the worst thing is there's 3 of them playing on the Wi-Fi at the same time, all running internet. All right. Hopefully you guys can all see. Did anyone get an aha moment? You guys all know people that do traditional jobs. I'd have to say probably 95 or 98% of you, none of you of which in this room right now are working to build a full-time online income, because if you were, you sure the hell wouldn't be here. And the majority of you don't know anybody. So here's reality. You guys are all buying online, which is not the traditional way of doing business or life, right? And you guys are all working traditional jobs or know people that are working traditional jobs. Do you not see something wrong with that? I do. Amazon's worth more than Walmart. Walmart is dying. Sears just went out of business. I mean, I could sit there and point out like so many traditional businesses are going down. Construction companies are not going to be the same way they used to be. A business that I thought traditionally would be, be the one that, no one ever, had to worry about was the labor jobs. Was I sadly wrong when I looked on Facebook one day and they built a house with a 3D printer? No kidding. It looked like a big cake decorating machine. Built a house, 500 square feet, but sure, 500 square feet in 24 hours. You guys understand that? Should be a huge wake-up call. Everyone is buying online. I don't remember the last time. I don't know. I don't go into any stores anymore. I just don't. I do all of my research. I do everything that I want ahead of time. And then the odd time I might go in there, but for the most part, I just go to Amazon. I go click, click. I get my coffee from Amazon on auto refill every single month. You people that work in retail, you've got a huge awakening call in the next 5 years. Goodbye. Grocery stores, they're literally now, they want people to order literally online and they'll come and deliver your groceries. Taxi companies, they are going to be autonomous. There's not going to be anybody driving them. They are already in beta. There's going to be truck companies, all that. They're all going to be driven without people. We are getting in the world of automation, guys. Everything's going to be automation. All right. So you guys all talk about how you're willing to take advice from other people. And hopefully the people that I've just said, the people that I've awoken to the fact that you're taking advice from people that don't have the results that you're looking for. How many people in this room would take advice from Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg? The richest man in the world and the number 5 richest man in the world. You don't know what grocery stores? I can tell you right now, I don't know which country I'm, but I know in the United States and Canada, you can literally go online right now and go look at a grocery store and tick off a bunch of stuff, pay for it, and it'll be delivered. Like all of them. You know what else is really, really crazy? Amazon just bought Whole Foods. And there was a funny story about that, actually. Whole Foods was actually worth crazy amounts of money, more than Amazon many years ago. And now Amazon is beyond worth what Whole Foods is. And you know, Amazon's in the world of online marketing and sales and e-commerce. So I can tell you right now, they didn't buy Whole Foods so they could get more people to go into retail locations. I can tell you that right now. They did it so that you're going to automate it. They're literally, Amazon right now, I already know that, is looking to change out their whole crew in their warehouses and stuff like that so that it's all done by robots, automation. Get your grocery drone to you. Yeah, no doubt, guys. At Kroger's, I know Kroger's been doing that for a while, right? So it's pretty, would it be safe to say, everybody in this room, that you guys would take advice from Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates? And these guys are some of the top guys in automation, in virtual reality, in making our lives more convenient. That's really what it comes down to. And, you know, as sad as it seems, and it's sad to say this, but as a culture, the human race is very lazy. We're inherently lazy. And the easier that we can make our life, we don't understand that. The easier that we make our life, we actually make our lives harder financially. And if you're not part of the world that's trying to make people's lives better and easier, then you know what's going to end up happening? You're not going to have a job. Promise you that. Every single rich person in the world, multi-billionaire, unless it's been handed down to them, anyone who's created anything out there has added value to everyone's life. And that's what makes them a millionaire and a billionaire. That's it. If you ask yourself, what about Facebook? Well, Facebook added more value. It enabled everyone to connect to other people. I don't ever remember. I remember back in the day, I wonder whatever happened to Joe back in high school. Now I can literally go creep on Facebook and type in Joe, da-da-da-da, and I can see exactly what's going on in his life. It added more value. Bill Gates created Microsoft, the operating system. Added more value in our lives. Mark Cuban, HD television. I mean, we could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on, but each and every single one of them created value in our lives and made our lives easier. And as soon as you do that, you'll become a millionaire. Simple. You guys get that? So I'm going to share something with you. It's going to be really creepy. It's going to suck for a lot of you guys. But I'm going to tell you right now, you're either going to remember this workshop tonight, and you're going to be, I don't know, years down the road and go, I remember he was telling me about that this was going to happen. And then all of a sudden you're going to get your pink slip one day and you're going to go, I remember that workshop. It was that guy that had average sex. You might not remember my name, but you're going to be like, I remember that workshop that I had when that guy told me about this. I just posted an article at the very top of this chat roll. And basically what it says is both Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg, both of them, the two of them, actually did keynote speeches. And everyone in here right now, all of you, every single person in here would take advice from them. And they're telling you loud and clear in that article, including more than that, anybody under $30 and under per hour, there's an 84% chance that your job will be automated. So Nick's going to put up a poll right now. I don't know which one of you people, it's basically a blind poll. So whatever you click on there, we don't know who said it. But we're going to find out what it looks like in this room for wage-wise and what you're making per hour. Yes, this is live, Marielle. Hopefully that answers your question. I've had people where I've actually answered a question and they're like, I still don't think this is live. It's the weirdest thing in the world. Or they talk about how they're running around in their kitchen with their underwear. It's very bizarre, but we've had some funny stuff. So, Did I just lose again?
Someone's on your Wi-Fi again.
Can still hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Well, it's good that you can hear me. Are you on Wi-Fi, or maybe the kids downstairs are on Wi-Fi? I have so many people in my house right now. You never know who's on Wi-Fi or who's on their phones. Anyways, can anyone else? Everyone can hear me. Can you guys see the other people on the webinar?
I can't see anybody, just a gray screen.
No, yeah, it's gray screen for me too.
Gray. Yeah, it's gray screen for everybody. Just give me 1 sec. Hey guys, are any of you guys on your cell phones? You can't be.
There, it's back.
Back? We're live again?
Yeah.
Maybe some people downstairs on the Wi-Fi. You'd be surprised at how much bandwidth it actually uses on your cell phone. Most people think, wow, I'm not on my computer. Well, literally a cell phone is. All right. So is the poll up, Nick?
Yeah. Tonight's the first night we don't have anybody that makes $40 or over.
All right. So how many people? What is it? Is it just a percent?
6% that make 30 and up.
All right. So that's crazy. All right.
Or 30 to 40.
30 to 40. So, I mean, it's pretty much safe to say that anybody $30 and under, let's say 94% of this room. So 94% of this room right now, there's an 84% chance that you will not have a job. Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, all those guys, and there's a lot more guys in the technology world that are looking to replace your jobs with automation. And both Mark Zuckerberg and Bill Gates have been running around giving keynotes and telling you that the world is changing, guys. The world is changing. I shouldn't say changing. It's already changed. It changes every day. And anyone saying that, internet is the future, are you crazy? The internet's right now, present. It's here. It's not going anywhere. So those should be huge. Those should be huge aha moments, huge eye-opening moments for you guys. And the last part, I want to share kind of a little thing. I love what Mark Zuckerberg says. I love what a lot of these multimillionaires and billionaires have to say about, what the world should look like and greatness and stuff like that. And I love the vision of it. And there's nothing wrong with thinking like that. But I just want to make you guys all aware that's not reality of what's happening right now. What's happening right now is the internet is taking over the world and it's replacing jobs, and automation is there. So Mark Zuckerberg, I like to play this little role. He talks about how automation is there, truck drivers, the world is, and how if he wasn't where he is right now, all that stuff, and how, there should be like equal income and that the rich should pay for it and stuff. And that's great. I love that thought. I love that. But the real piece that I want you guys to understand out of what he's saying is that the world's changed and it's changing. And if you're not changing yourself, regardless of this, thought that we're going to have universal income and everyone's going to pay for it, if that was the case, we'd already be doing it. And you know what? Unfortunately, greed is in front of us. No one gives a shit. For the most part, most people don't give a shit except for themselves. And if you don't look out for yourself, no one else is going to. And you could be one of those people complaining and, wanting handouts from other people and stuff like that. But, reality is no one gives a shit. As sad as that is. And I do give a shit. I give people an opportunity to change their lives. I give them value. And whether or not they decide they want to jump aboard and make a change in their life is totally up to them. All I got to say is I took me till 35 and it sucked ass. And you know what? I learned the average really does suck. It does. Hard to automate my job. Lisa, what's your job? I guarantee you it'll be automated. Promise you that. I didn't think construction workers were going to be automated. I did not think that a 3D printer that looked like a cake maker was going to go out and build a fucking house in 24 hours. So I don't care what job you say, I'm going to tell you right now, it will be automated. Unless you're like an engineer that's building the software programs and the mechanical devices that create the automation, then your job's going to be replaced. And that's what they actually say. Go to school and become like an engineer or something so that you're making over $40 an hour, or you're going to not have a job. Truth. Reality. So I'm going to share this keynote from Mark Zuckerberg, and then I pump right into this, and I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to lock hands with us and how I built my business. There we are.
Our generation is going to have to deal.
There we are. Share my screen.
Our generation is going to have to deal with tens of millions of jobs replaced by automation like self-driving cars and trucks. But we have the potential to do so much more than that. There is something wrong with our system when I can leave here and make billions of dollars in 10 years while millions of students can't even afford to pay off their loans, let alone start a business. If I had to support my family growing up instead of having the time to learn how to code, if I didn't know that I was going to be fine if Facebook didn't work out, then I wouldn't be standing up here today. And if we're honest, we all know how much luck we've had to get to this point in our lives. And now it's time for our generation to define a new social contract. We should have a society that measures progress not just by economic metrics like GDP, but by how many of us have a role we find meaningful. We should explore ideas like universal basic income to make sure that everyone has a cushion to try new ideas. And we're all going to make mistakes. So we need a society that's less focused on locking us up and stigmatizing us when we do. And as our technology keeps on evolving, we need a society that is more focused on providing continuous education through our lives. And yes, giving everyone the freedom to pursue purpose isn't going to be free. People like me should pay for it. And a lot of you are going to do really well, and you should too.
All right, everybody. So now that that's all done and all talk about mindset, as that guy was asking, we're ready to roll and we're going to get to the point. All right. How many of you guys right now are interested in making a change and want to build an online business that gives them the freedom to fire their boss and live life on their terms? Say I do. How many people we got in this room? We got 87. 5 people didn't see any value. Shucks. I'm heartbroken. All right, how many people? Tons of people. All right. Awesome. It's safe to say that everyone here is ready. So, how many people in here right now would like to be able to learn and lock hands and have somebody guide them through and have training and webinars and one-on-one coaching time and stuff like that from a 7-figure earner? How many people would do that? And how many people in this room would pay $129 to do it one time forever? How many people? Type I would. I'm just the type of guy that I like to get to the point. I'm not going to make you sit here for hours, an hour and a half, and then at the end spring up a price and all that kind of stuff. I like to get to the value. I mean, there's obviously value in every single person. A lot of you guys have spent $130 on a weekend. A lot of you guys have gone to university or college and spent tens of thousands of dollars. And here's reality. 73% of everybody that goes to university or college, whatever you majored in, the odds are you're not using it. That's a true stat. And when you see what the student loan debt is in North America, you'll be off yours. All right. So it's pretty safe to say that everyone would love to have that. So Caitlin, Nick, Tamara, Caleb, who's on pace to do at least $40,000 or $50,000 this month, Jen, all of them I talk to them on a regular basis. Tamara, I haven't talked to you too much because you're in Australia and I'm usually sleeping when you're there, but this is how global working online is. But that's what we do. That's what this is all about. So here's what I'm going to do for everybody that says that they're willing to make a change in their life. I like to start right off the hop, and I like to give action takers an opportunity to join in. So this is what's going to happen. Everybody that says that they're ready for a change and to make a change in their life, I'm going to give you an opportunity so it's not $130. I'm going to give you an opportunity at the beginning here for the next 10 minutes to jump in for this for a one-time fee of $99. And I'm so confident that my program works, obviously based on duplication, the fact that we've been able to do it over and over and over again, that I could give a rat's ass about your $99. And if this isn't for you, I'll just give you your money back. That's how confident I am. Because just like Gary Vaynerchuk and all the other guys who write books, create value, and show it, it's whether or not you're willing to take the guidance to actually do it. I can give you all the tools in the world, but if you don't pick them up and use them, it doesn't matter. So how many people right now, how many people in this room right now are prepared to take action for $99? And I'm going to pump into this. There's going to be a ton of content, and I'm going to break in the 3 pillars of how to build an online business, what it looks like, all the tools that you're going to get with this for the $99. By the way, guys, you guys are going to get autoresponders. You're going to get landing pages. You're going to get all that stuff taken care of. So you don't need code. You don't need any of that stuff. It's already going to be all included in it. The tools that we include just on a yearly basis, if you were to buy them on your own, are $1,670 US a year. So we will have that available. There'll be 48 hours guaranteed pricing. So right now it's going to be up for the next 10 minutes. So how many people are going to hop in right now? You can always get a credit card. You can get a prepaid credit card anywhere. Anyways, everybody, I'm going to hop into the webinar. You're going to have 10 minutes, and then it's going to be $129 at the very end. If you don't, jump in, and this is just sheerly, just basic. This is just sheerly to call people out on who said they're ready for a change and who would actually pay $129 because I'm really giving it to you for $99. And each and every single person in here has spent $99 on other stuff. No, there is no difference in the program of purchase later. If I, Joan, would I have to pay the price of the ad or link? I don't know what you mean, John. Maybe, Caitlin, you can talk to John. I don't know what he means. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to pump through this. There we go. I'm going to show each and every single person in here how to start your own online business that pays you enough money to fire your boss. The best thing about it is you don't need to be a tech expert and you need no prior online experience. I'm going to teach you how to do this by showing how a bankrupt guy with a 9th grade education fired his boss in 15 days and how you can build a 6-figure online income, quit your job, and live life on your terms. A little bit about me. I'm known for having a passion for helping others build a life of freedom. I am the creator of Infinite Freedom, and my mission is to help out as many people as possible, just like you, quit their jobs and build a 6-figure online income in 2017. Over the past 5 years, I've personally earned 7 figures online, and during the past 3 years, I've literally helped over 50 people, and in the numbers beyond that, build 6-figure online incomes and 2 7-figure income earners, of which I work with both of them still. My online business has allowed me to live a life of freedom. My freedom is this picture: family, travel, and being able to buy my car, my dream car, when I was about 1.5 years into this business. Now, this is not to brag. It's not to show you about all the things that I have. This is to show you that somebody who had no previous background in building online businesses was able to create the life that he wanted. This could be your picture, or you could paint your own picture. But the only difference between myself and where you are is the fact that 5 years ago I took action and you haven't. Here's what you're going to learn during this workshop: how to start your own online business so you can create true freedom and fire your boss for good. How to get started today without any prior experience so you can start making money quickly. How anyone can plug in and get paid by using our system that's 90% automated, and the new way to build an online business that can pay you as much as $2,700 per sale. And there's a ton more. So why is this important to you right now? Most of what you've seen about making money is dead wrong. enough said with that. I mean, all you guys have seen those people at ATM machines putting checks in there, driving in Lamborghinis, just talking about, oh, all you need to do is this, you know, do a little bit of work and make tons of money. It just doesn't make sense. It's wrong. It sucks a lot of people in there, and it's what I call the millionaire mindset, right? And I shouldn't say millionaire, I mean lottery mindset. So lottery mindset, you run around playing a whole bunch of scratch and win ticks in hopes that you don't have to do a bunch of work and that you're going to get paid a whole bunch of money. And here's a true stat. Most people that win the lottery are actually go broke. True stat, look it up. They either go bankrupt or they're broke. It's hard to build up enough money for retirement with a normal job, let alone pay the day-to-day bills. The internet is still young, and the action takers of today will be the millionaires of tomorrow. Your lack of prior experience will not hold you back, and I'm going to show you guys why. So is this for you? If you're tired of waking up to an alarm clock every day just to get a job that you can't stand, this is for you. If you're struggling to pay bills and you're sick and tired of living a life of never having enough, this is for you. If you want to travel, this is hella for you. If you want to be your own boss, obviously this is for you. And most important for me, and this is why it's bolded, is if you want to spend more time with your family and have the money to do the things you want in life, this is for you. If you've got no nest egg or retirement and you want to make sure you and your loved ones have a secure future, this is for you. If you're worried about failing because you don't have a lot of experience online, this is for you. You're going to discover that this online business is 90% automated, which makes it easy for anyone to see success. There are some ground rules. This is no push a button and get rich. You will not make $1 million in 2 weeks. And if you are a time waster or a tire kicker, this is probably not going to work for you because your mindset is not there. My results are not typical. Having said that, most people that build a business online or a brick and mortar business fail. Tony Robbins said it, 95% of businesses fail within the first 5 years. What's the difference? So why do most businesses fail? Most people don't know why most businesses fail, and I'm going to tell you exactly why. It's structure, plain and simple. And I'll break it down for you what the difference is, right? When people go out there and they first start out a business, they have no idea what it takes to run or make a business go. Sure, you might have experience in that industry, but to actually put it all together is another thing, right? So most people go out there, they start up a business, and then there's a whole bunch of lessons along the way that you've got to learn. And typically what happens is most people are not willing to wait or persevere beyond those lessons to learn the right way to do things. So what ends up happening is you end up quitting. It's reality. There's only so many fucks you can deal with in a day before it's just overwhelming. And most people get overwhelmed and quit. So the difference between, oops, sorry guys. The difference between a business that works and a business that doesn't work is structure 100%. So that's why franchises are so bloody expensive. That's why going and buying a McDonald's franchise or buying a Chili's franchise or anything like that, because they already have all the lessons written in a book. They've given you a formula that's been duplicated, and it's all in duplication. So if your business idea has been duplicatable by multiple people over and over and over again, so Chili's, McDonald's, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory that it's duplicatable. All they literally do is they say, hey, listen, we already have a plan in place. This is what the store looks like. This is where the food comes from. This is what this is the advertising. All you need to do is follow this book and guidelines on how to run that business. And guess what? We're going to take a piece of the pie and we're going to make sure that you actually win. And that's the difference. So if every business that we went into or venture we went into had a book in place that showed us exactly how to build our business with all the lessons already learned in it, do you guys understand how valuable that is? Does everyone in here understand that it's structure that makes or breaks a business? How many people in this room would agree with that? Type it in the chat roll if you agree. And type it in the chat roll if you understand the example that I gave you between the difference between starting your business on your own and starting a franchise. And that's the difference that we are. So I'm going to show you guys how to build an online business with the help of us, hand in hand with all the tools, walking you through step by step with the structure, kind of like a franchise, but it's an online franchise. And it's a hell of a lot less inexpensive. Anybody who jumped in at 99 bucks or 129 bucks, that's nothing. Our system is proven to convert. You are the only variable in this. Shocking confession, I have an advantage over almost everyone here right now. I've been doing this for the past 5 years, and I have a name in the industry. But it wasn't always like this. My dad wasn't around. He wouldn't even admit that I was his son. I dropped out of school after the 9th grade. I jumped around from drywall work to selling cars, cell phones, all without much success. Finally, I got a decent job selling advertising, but I had to travel all over North America. I never got to see my kids or my wife at the time. And it got even worse. I missed all my kids' school events and sporting games. I was only at home for a few hours on the weekend. And if you don't know what that feels like, it hurts. My marriage was failing. And even though I was working all week, I still didn't make enough money. I ended up filing for bankruptcy, and I honestly didn't see how I'd ever turn things around. Then it happened. I heard about a guy I'd done business with in the cell phone industry making a ton of money online. He got me on a live workshop, same concept as this, but with a whiteboard and a conference room. And I started my online business that very day, and I never looked back. Everything in my life changed, guys. I started making more money, more than I had ever made in my whole entire life, and very quickly. I had time to spend with my kids, my loved ones, and friends, and I fired my boss within 15 days of getting started with my online business. The reason for my fast success, I was desperate for a change. I was willing to do anything to be a better father and be there for the people that depended on me. I plugged into a simple system, and I followed it step by step. So guys, now enough with all the mindset, enough about who I am and where I'm from. Now we're going to dig right into what are the 3 pillars to building a 6-figure online business, or 7-figure, or 8-figure. So number 1 is you need to find a product or service that people want. Number 2, you need to create a sales funnel that converts. And number 3, you need to find high quality traffic. A product that people want. Did you guys know that 9 out of 10 times a purchase is made online, someone is getting paid a commission? This normally happens behind the scenes, and as a customer, you guys don't even know this is happening. So there's people in this digital economy running around, driving traffic for other businesses, and they're paying them a commission. 90% of all the traffic is being paid a commission to get you traffic. What if, guys, I could show you guys how to get the right offers in front of the right people, and instead of someone else earning that commission, it was you? How many people in this room right now would see value in that? If I could show you guys how to get the right offers and get the right people, and you were earning the commission rather than somebody else. Do you guys see value in that? Here's some examples of middlemen that pay out those 9 out of 10 commissions. Now, I just want to let you know, I have nothing to do with any of these companies. These are just examples. I don't work with New Cash Network. This has nothing to do with ClickBank, Max Bounty, ClickSure. These are just some examples of actual companies that pay out those commissions. And here's some examples of commissions: $5, $32.90, $4.12, $1.62, $4.54, $12.91. We don't deal with any of these products. I mean, there's anything from shoestring weight loss, gardening, health, cigarette, you name it. I mean, there's something out there for everybody. Now, we don't focus on little commissions. We focus on larger commissions because it takes the same amount of effort and the same amount of traffic, all that kind of stuff like that, to pay out a $5 commission as it does to pay out something that pays $600, $1,200, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, whatever. Creating a sales funnel that converts. What is a sales funnel? A sales funnel takes people from being interested in something into making a buying decision. The goal is to convert cold traffic into raving buyers. If you create a sales funnel that converts, it's literally like printing your own money. So how many people in this room right now would trade $5 for $100? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to pass you over to Caitlin. Caitlin's been in the digital economy basically for a year and a bit now. She's learned a lot about how things work, and now she shows everybody in examples exactly what she's learned step by step, and how we can take $5 and turn it into $100. So she's going to take the helm now. She's going to show you the secret digital economy in Facebook. The average person right now spends on an average of 40 minutes a day on Facebook that has a Facebook account.
Okay, let me share my screen, and I'm going to show you guys some super cool ninja stuff. Share. Example of how those 3 pillars fit together. So you can take anything and stick it into this, like this process. So the first thing that Jeff talked about was having a a high quality product or a product that people actually want to buy. And again, this is just an example. Like he mentioned before, we focus on high commission products. So we are actually making a huge impact in our income. Rather than selling $4 products or making $4 commissions all day, we focus on higher ticket items that pay you anywhere from a couple $100s all the way up to a couple $1,000, so that you're really leveraging your time and you're making the most impact in your income. So again, this is just an example of how this process all works and fits together. So finding a product. So as Jeff mentioned, you can go to something that's called an affiliate network, where they have a whole bunch of different products that people like us, marketers, can come and promote products without having to create our own products and go through that hassle of creating and testing products and whatnot. So you can do absolutely anything. Health, fitness, gardening, sports, golf, biz ops stuff, you name it, they have it on here. So let's do garden. The shoestring gardener. So if I were to promote this product, every time I made a sale or somebody bought this product from my advertising, I would make $4.53. This one I would make $14.33. This one I would make $13.35. So let's just say I wanted to, what's this? Beehive.com. Build your own war garden backyard, top bar beehive. Shoestring gardener. Let's just pretend to promote this one. So when I go and I create my account, I'm going to get what's called an affiliate coded link. And you've probably seen this many times before, but just thought it was like computer mumbo jumbo and didn't know what it was. So for an example, you might have seen something like Amazon.com/ID equals J578K3598, or big jumble of letters and numbers. That jumble is actually a code. So that's a code that the company assigns to you or to your user account or whatever. And every time you put that in your marketing and somebody clicks on it and makes a sale, the company knows that that sale came from your marketing efforts. And then that's how you get paid. So you always want to make sure that you are using your affiliate coded link or whatever if you're promoting other people's products. So I'm going to create my account, I'm going to take my affiliate coded link, and I'm going to go and put it into my advertising, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube or whatever, wherever I decide to do my marketing. So another example, like Jeff mentioned, Amazon has become the biggest retail store out there. They have absolutely everything. I buy stuff on Amazon all the time. And a lot of people think that these products, and some products do come from Amazon. Amazon does promote their own products, but a lot of the products on here are actually from affiliates, people just like us who are promoting other people's products, or we have created a product or something like that, and we use Amazon's platform to be able to sell different products. So for an example, see, you can come down here, click become an affiliate. You can advertise your own products. You can self-publish your own books. You can create Kindle books. You no longer do you need a big publishing deal or a publishing company to be able to write your own books. If you're a writer and that's something that you enjoyed, you could do it yourself with Amazon by creating your own Kindle books. So you can sell your own personal stuff on Amazon. There's unlimited things that you could do online now because sites like this make it so darn easy. So the second part of this is having a sales funnel that converts. Now, there's a couple parts to the sales funnel. So when you guys came here to us, you guys saw a website that looked kind of like this, maybe slightly different wording, a different picture, whatnot, but you guys saw an ad, you clicked on it, you saw a page like this, you entered your name and email. So back in the day, it used to be very complex to create a page like this. You'd have to know coding. You'd have to have some technical skill to be able to create something that looked nice and worked properly. So this page has a couple different names. It's called a landing page or a squeeze page, capture page. But ultimately, it's just a page where people can come and put their name and email into. So to create that, again, back in the day, this used to be super complex. I don't know coding. I don't know HTML. I don't know JavaScript or anything like that, all the crazy different coding names. I have no idea how to do any of that stuff. It's way too complex. But now, today, we can leverage softwares to do the hard work for us and be able to create pages like this in a matter of like 20, 30 minutes, not even that. So this software is called Lead Pages, and it creates templates for me So I don't have to do all the coding myself. I can just come on here and I can scroll through their templates, find something that I like, and then let's just say I want to use this one. And this was taking quite a while to load last time, so I'm going to give it a minute. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. But we shall see what happens. So again, as I mentioned, this sales funnel consists of a couple different pieces. So you'd have your first page like this, your landing page, where people put their name and email. And then once people put their name and email in here, they're going to go somewhere. So either they're going to go to a thank you page, or they're going to go to whatever your product page is, or they'll go to a thank you page telling them to go check their email for whatever the product they just opted in for. There's a couple different ways that you can do it. But ultimately, it consists of your landing page, some kind of thank you or product page, and then an email autoresponder, which I'm going to get into in just 1 minute after I show you how this works. If it's going to load here for us. Maybe if I close some tabs, it'll go a bit faster. Ah, there we go. Garden example. Maybe I had too many things open, so it's going slow. There we go. So I want this page to be congruent with whatever my product is. So I want people to know exactly what they're getting by clicking this button and opting in. So when you click on this page, you know exactly what you're getting. You're signing up for a free online workshop to learn about how to build an online business, right? So you put your name and email there, and then you get information about that. So if I'm promoting my my gardening product that I wanted to promote, I would come over here and I would change this. I'd go and find something that was about gardening. I would change the image. Like, this page is completely customizable. If I didn't, I could put a logo up here. If I didn't have one, I could just delete it. I could delete or change all these things up here. I could change the image. I could change the background colors. I could make it completely customizable to be whatever I want. And it's super easy. Everything is drag and drop and clicking and moving and whatever. So it makes it super easy. So again, I don't have to be super technically skilled to be able to create something that looks nice and works properly. I can leverage softwares to do that for me. But this page doesn't hold any information or store any information. It just makes the page look nice, and it makes it really easy for me to create landing pages really quickly that look professional. So if I want to store the information, like when people put their name and email in here, I don't sit here and watch for them to put their name and email in and then email them myself. That would take all darn day. And when you're running a business, time is money, right? So you want to be focusing on other things in your business, not tedious things like that. So we leverage softwares to do the hard work for us. And we use something called an email autoresponder. So when somebody puts their name and email in here, this software is going to email them for us. So do you guys see how powerful that is? That once this is set up, this runs pretty much by itself. I may have to come and track it and tweak it and add things and whatnot. But so whether I'm out at the gym, I'm at the park with my kids, I'm traveling, I'm just out living my life, these softwares are going to be doing the hard work for me in the background. Do you guys see how powerful this is?
No, I think you should open up a DVD rental store. Yeah. That's what we should do right now. We're going to go start selling VHSs and DVDs.
Yeah, that sounds like the best idea.
Absolutely. Don't you think? I mean, they made billions of dollars. And what was the name of some of those places that they had? What were the name of those?
Blockbuster, Rogers.
Yeah. Well, at least Rogers had other stuff going on. Blockbuster, Video, all these companies. And just remember, these were like multi-million-dollar organizations.
Wasn't there some kind of story that Blockbuster like laughed at Netflix? Like they had a chance to.
Yeah. What do you look? You want to see companies out there, guys? You want to see something really hilarious? Did you guys know that Google offered Yahoo to buy them for $1 million when they first came out? Yeah. And you know what happened? Yahoo laughed at them. Nah, it's not worth $1 million.
That was the same with Netflix. Blockbuster had I believe it was that Blockbuster had the opportunity to like buy in with Netflix or something like that, and they said no, and now they're gone.
Yeah, and now they're all gone because these people that are at the top have a traditional way of thinking, and
they don't want to take advice.
Yeah, they don't want to take advice from people that have the results. The people that are like change is inevitable. If you continue to do business the same way as you were yesterday, you're going to be left behind.
Yeah, this is a perfect example of how the times are changing and people and businesses need to evolve with the times. Blockbuster is now gone. I'm sure like my kids will have no idea what Blockbuster even was. They'll have no ideas what VHS were. They'll have no idea what DVDs were because times are changing. Jobs are changing.
Everything's changing.
We need to evolve with the times. And this is a perfect example of how this is going.
Oh, it's crazy. I mean, there's just so many things that are becoming automated. Everything.
Exactly. Just like this automates fucking like 10, 20, 30% of my business. I can create a landing page. I can create a simple website like this and hook it up to an email autoresponder, and it's going to do like a huge amount of the heavy lifting for me.
Crazy amounts of heavy lifting. And this is all stuff that, years ago wasn't even available. You used to have to know somebody or hire somebody. So here's the thing. And it's so funny. There's so many guys out there. Like there's so many people that started building, learning how to do like code and how to code things and internet. And they were doing all that stuff years ago. And they got in at the beginning times. But here's the thing. They didn't tune up their skills. They didn't look at stuff. This is what they were doing. They were building pages and little web pages and stuff like that. Right now, I mean, literally to be a programmer now, unless you're like the Mensa dudes, the guys in the engineering and stuff like that, you can buy them a dime a dozen, literally.
Oh, there's a software for absolutely everything now. Like and people are focusing on like all-in-one software. So you both think that's the new trend right now. Instead of having like 5 different things or tools that are doing this one thing, people are building massive softwares that do absolutely everything. It's like an all-in-one box kind of thing.
I don't know if it's Christina and she pressed the B. It says Christiva, but I'm guessing it's Christina and Suzanne. You don't see any link. When you would have bought in, it would have went to a page. It would have given you the 5 steps. Don't worry about it. We'll make sure that it's taken care of. And by the way, everybody that joins, this is how intimate it is. There's going to be one of the leadership that are actually going to call you and make sure that you're like all good and you have all the steps and everything, but they're not going to kiss you like Gord just did. Definitely not kiss you. Some advice. You missed that, Jen. We seen the kiss.
I didn't get to see it.
She's going to walk you through. She's going to make sure you're all taken care of. She's going to welcome you. She's going to give you the expectations, what to look at. This is very intimate and very hands-on. Absolutely. No, it's not per month, guys. It's one time. It's $99. I missed some. When I was putting in my credit card info, do we have to have a product to sell? No, everything's taken care of on our end. We make sure that you guys have products lined up that we are proven to convert like $1 million in the first month. So we have it all. This is made for average everyday people to walk in and follow a system and produce it. No one here, everyone here, Caleb, Jen, Caitlin, Nick, everybody just came in and they were just able to grab what was already put in front of them, the landing pages, all the system, everything in place, and start generating an income. But just so everyone realizes, this isn't like a get rich quick. This isn't like you're going to go in and get an online business all of a sudden. All right, where's the money rolling in? It just doesn't work like that. That's not reality. That's not normal. That's one of those other programs that you see where you pay like monthly fees or whatever, and they're just like, yeah, you just do this, and all of a sudden money's going to come in. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Not likely. Not in this planet. How much time do you invest per week? Well, Jimmy, that's a good question. How much money do you want to make? That's always the answer. Effort equals income, right? The guy behind me, he's actually up from Colorado, and he brought his kids up. His name's Thomas. He did this part-time at the beginning. He was a safety consultant in the construction field. Before that, he was in the Navy, and he's been in pipe fitting in the oil, so maybe there's some oil and gas guys. He was able to quit his job, was it 7 months? Yeah, he replaced his income 7 months. So he worked this part-time. Now, what does part-time mean? It means that Thomas no longer wanted to work his job anymore, so he put every fucking minute that he could, spare time, into building this so that he would never have to listen to anybody else telling him how much money to make, where he can go on vacation, and they have to do what he's due. Does that make sense, everybody? Does that answer? You don't see the link to sign up. Jason, you missed it. But there's going to be another one. So guess what? I'm a guy that flies by the seat of my pants. So I always like to do things a little bit differently. Tonight I'm doing something completely different. And actually I got Caitlin at the beginning here to create the button and everything for everyone so that they could jump in. And everybody who didn't see value for the 99 bucks because they hadn't seen some of the cool shit, the ninja shit that comes with this, I'm going to give you an opportunity to hop in right now for the next 5 minutes. Instead of $99, it's $114.95. It's a one-time fee. And this will give you an opportunity to hop in and not miss out, because we don't know. I don't know how long I'm going to keep this up. And once again, it's refundable. I don't give a shit, you know, whether or not you want a refund or not, you can have it. I just don't care. You have full 30 days, try out the system. If you want your money back, you can have it back. I know my system works 100%, and you're literally the only variable. And I'll go back to the same thing. Why do you think all these guys write all these books? You know, oh, you can buy a book for 50 bucks because most people don't fucking apply it. But the people that do apply it, it's crazy. They all get the same results. Every single person here, every single person that I've ever worked with that follows the system, they all get the same results. That's it. Simple. So I'm going to give you guys all an opportunity for $114.95 right now. Why is it smart to jump in right now? Because I don't know the next time that I hold on this webinar whether it's going to be. I mean, these guys didn't even know. One day I was like, hey, we're doing 129 now. At one point we were just 99 all the time. And then I went to 129. And originally I planned on opening this up at 500 bucks, guys. There's a lot of time and effort. I spent way more money to learn my education in online marketing than even 500 bucks. And I can tell you every single person here on the panel behind me and everyone else that we've ever brought on would tell you that they spend more than 500 bucks to learn what they've learned. They've been able to change their lives. They've been able to, some of them have been able to make multiple 5-figure months. Multiple. I've made 6-figure months multiple times. So, and there's no difference between what I do and what I teach you guys. It's the exact same thing. And I'll go back to the same thing again. We put it out there. Why do we do this? Well, I'll tell you why. We do it to change people's lives, and whether or not you actually want to, you know, do exactly what I do, that's up to you. That's it. It's all put out there. They say if you read a book a month for 7 years, you will become a professional at whatever it is that you are reading on. Some programs are 30,000. Yeah, dude. Some programs are 30,000 bucks. Literally. I would, for everything that I paid, by the time, if I put all the money that I put into learning how to build online businesses and paying mentors, straight up paying mentors, and masterminds, I just paid for a mastermind. I'm going in August. That was $8,000. How much was burn off between the two programs? It was close. Well, it'll be over 10,000 by the time we pay for rooms and all that stuff.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Probably more than that.
Yeah, it is. And was it worth it? Yeah, every penny. Because learning is everything. Knowledge is. I know you guys hear that word. Knowledge is power. It absolutely is. The knowledge that you've learned tonight, knowing it, if you don't take action, that's your own problem. So yeah, you can join tomorrow, 129 bucks. It's well worth it, guys. So the button's up for 5 minutes, right? You've already put it up, Caitlin? $114.95. And like I said, at the end of this, it's going to be $129. Anybody watching the replay, it's 129 bucks. This is just specifically put on for the people that took action and took the time to come on live tonight. So I'm going to roll through the last little bit. I'm going to fire through this.
Do you want me to finish going through Facebook and stuff?
Yeah, sorry, I jumped right in.
You're getting ahead of yourself. You're getting all excited, getting ahead of yourself.
Yeah. Well, anyways, the button's up, so you're going to learn even more.
Yeah.
All right, pass you back over to her.
Okay, so I'm going to show you guys some extra cool stuff. We haven't even gotten to the good part yet. Just 1 second. Hang on, let me share my screen. our email autoresponder. So this emails people for us. When people put their name and email into this page, we connect it with our email autoresponder, and this is going to set it. This is going to email people for us. So we don't have to be sitting behind our computer screen all day, waiting and watching for somebody to opt in. So again, I can use one of their templates, or I can go and I can create my own. So I would write my subject line. So if I was doing my here's your guide to your guide to shoestring gardening. Shoestring budget gardening. Budget gardening. I would go over here and I would write an email about my product. I would definitely put my link, my affiliate coded link back in my email so people can have a chance to go and click on it again. Once I was happy with the email, I would come over here and I would either schedule it for later today, tomorrow, next week, whenever. I could spend an hour a week scheduling a whole bunch of emails. And then again, when I'm out living my life, this software is going to do the hard work for me and it's going to send things out for me, or I can schedule it for right now. So now the last part of this is having high quality traffic that matches what whatever your product or offer is. So if I'm selling to everyone, I'm selling to no one, and I'm wasting my time. Because for example, in the example that I just showed you with the gardening product, not everybody's interested in gardening. So why would I want to put my product in front of everybody, right? Why would I want to put my product in front of people who are not interested in gardening? That would be a waste of time. I want to put my product in front of people who are actually interested in it. That means they're highly likely to buy it. That means I'm going to make more income. So this is Facebook's back office for their marketing platform. Now, I had no idea this even existed. I learned recently, actually, from someone on our team that this is actually only 2 years old. This is super new. So it has absolutely nothing to do with your Facebook profile page. It has absolutely nothing to do with how many friends and family you have on your profile. It's totally separate. It's business.facebook.com. And these are all the different types of ads that you can create. I'm not going to go into them right now just to save time. But for an example, I'm going to do engagement. I'm going to do post engagement, press continue. And now here's where things get fun, because this is where I get to pick who actually sees my ad. So my ad isn't going to show to everyone. It's only going to show to the people, the demographic that I include in here. So because Facebook tracks absolutely everything that they do. They don't necessarily track like Caitlin from Kelowna, British Columbia did this, but they will put us into like a category. They track everything we click on, everything we like, everything we comment on. They even get third-party information from other companies and stuff, so that they can put it into things like this and like grow their marketing platform. So for example, I'm going to do Canada, United States. I can even do Australia in here. Australia. You do New Zealand, Mexico, wherever you want. I'm going to do, let's do 25 to 65, do men and women, English, all. And then my detailed targeting, I'm going to go gardening. Garden furniture, botanical garden, garden design, maybe. Vegetable gardening. Sure. So, do you see these numbers over here? These big numbers, 5 million, 1 million, 286 million, holy smokes. So, this is how many people, these numbers over here, this is how many people on Facebook have expressed some kind of interest, whether they liked a post, liked a page, commented, shared. They interacted somehow with some kind of post that had to do with garden design. And Facebook tracks this. They keep track of everything that we do on Facebook. So over 200 million people have expressed some kind of interest in gardening. Over 1 million people have expressed an interest in vegetable gardening, and over 5 million people, almost 6 million people, have expressed an interest in gardening design. So Do you see this number right here? 52 million. That's how many people I could potentially reach with my one ad. Just one simple ad, I could potentially reach 52 million people. So when I'm sitting on my couch in my pajamas, or I'm out with my kids, I'm traveling, I'm out living my life, my ad is running again in the background for me. Once I set this up, like all this stuff, once it's set up, it runs. Of course, there's still work that's involved. I need to go back and I need to track everything and make sure it's working properly, and I'm communicating with my customers and things like that. There's other work that needs to be done, but this hard part, once it's set up, it's done. It runs. Now, my one ad could potentially reach 52 million people. Now, do you think if I ever had a gardening store, or I had a restaurant or a gym, even if I had a gym or one of these stores in New York or Los Angeles or somewhere that has a high population, do you think I could ever reach 52 million people? Probably not. Or it would take a long time. But my one ad can reach 52 million people. Are you guys seeing how powerful this is? And why this is why people are moving towards the internet? And how much easier it is to grow a business on the internet. Because this one small little tiny ad can reach that many people. So, and then I'm going to come down here. I'm going to do my placements. So you could do Facebook, Instagram, audience networks, sponsored messages. I could do on desktop and mobile, or I could do just one or the other. I'm going to do mobile only, and I'm going to unclick these down here. Now, my ad is only going to show to people who fit this criteria. It's not going to show to everybody on Facebook. It's going to only show to people who are in Canada and the United States or Australia, who are between the ages of 23 and 65, who speak English, and who have expressed some kind of interest in one of these interests. It's not going to show to everyone. It's only going to show to people who fit that criteria. So do you think that people who fit this criteria are highly likely to buy a gardening product? Probably, right? So then I'm going to come down here, and again, whether you are a small brick and mortar business, you own a gym or a gardening store or a clothing store, or you're a big brand like Coca-Cola or McDonald's, you need to market your business. You need to have a marketing plan, otherwise nobody sees your business. Nobody knows who you are. You need eyeballs and you need traffic, otherwise you don't make sales. I mean, imagine a mall with no people in it, right? That would be silly. So you need to market your business. You need to have eyeballs and people viewing your product. That's how you make money. So I'm going to do $5 a day on this one ad. And then if it's working and it's going well, then I scale it up. If not, then I turn it off. And I'm going to go continue. I'm going to go to create new ad. And now I would go onto Google or somewhere and I would find some kind of gardening photo or video and I would put it in my marketing. Here it's just going to show a picture from my Facebook page. But so this is what an ad would look like. Imagine I have a gardening picture here and then I put love gardening, but don't have the budget for it. Where is your shoe shoestring budget? And then I go www. Oops, let's go like this. www.shoestringgardening.com. There we go. So this is just an example of what my ad would look like. I have my write-up up here, I have a gardening picture here, and then I have my link so people can click on it and go and view my product. So see, it's blue, that means it's clickable, and people can click on this and go to my landing page and see my product. So this is an example of how this process works, and this is an example of how all of you guys are here with us right now. You guys saw an ad on Facebook like this, you clicked a link, you went to a landing page like this, you put your name and email in, you started receiving emails from us, and then now you're here on a webinar with us. Now, do you guys see how this process all fits together? And does anybody have any questions about how any of that works?
Where'd Caitlin go? That was weird.
Not sure. It just disappeared.
Got any questions?
Maybe she hit the exit button by accident. Yes, Damien, you can join on Friday, but I can't guarantee the price. I can guarantee you it might be around for $129. But we'll still be around, that's for sure. Does everyone understand, you know, what we did here and how it works? Of course, anybody who's joined, there's going to be questions. She went to go do some online shopping, yeah. She heard there was a sale on shoes on Amazon. That was it. She was out. She was in her pajamas, and she was like, you know what? I'm it. I need some shoes. 2 shoes. So anyone have any questions? I think we can get through all this stuff. Just give me a second here. I'm going to skip a bunch of mumbo jumbo that I normally talk about that she's gone into depth with. Oh, Caitlin's back again.
There we go. My screen went black. I had to refresh.
Oh, did it?
Yeah, super weird.
That is weird. All right. So I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. I'm going to pump through the rest of this. I'm going to show you guys what it takes to get started, what you get included in this. And then from there, we're going to give everybody a chance here that's on the panel to tell their story. And you guys better do a good job tonight or you're not getting paid your $100 acting fee. All right, guys? You guys get that? Guys. All right, so this is what you guys need to get started online. So if you wanted lead pages, like she was showing you how to build the landing page, it's on your own, you'd have to pay $480 a year. Webinar jams, if you wanted to like host stuff and do stuff, that's $397 a year. If you want an autoresponder, the cheapest autoresponder, $348 a year. And then ClickMagick, show where all your traffic and everything, that's $792 a year. Plus you need your Facebook and all that kind of stuff. Just those 4 tools alone would cost you $1,676 a year. It's all included. We include all those tools with this, just so you guys know. Not bad for that one-time $99 or $115 or $129. I'm going to show you guys how to cut your learning curve by 90%, and I'm going to show you guys how you can start earning commissions just like these and make money on autopilot like this. So here's the deal. I've created a team and community for you called Infinite Freedom, where I'll show you step-by-step how this works. When you become part of the team, you'll also discover how you can make commissions of up to $2,700 per sale, and you do no selling yourself. And here's what this will do for you. You're going to discover how to get hordes of targeted visitors that are ready to buy from you, getting set up as 100% done for you, and all you have to do is plug in. You'll discover a stealth Facebook ads method that no one is talking about that makes it easy to get traffic flowing and make money from day one. You'll be able to make money while you sleep using our 90% automated system. So here's how we automate 90% of the process. We hand you a high converting offer proven to get results. We're going to build your capture pages, build your autoresponders, email leads on your behalf, handle sales presentations and webinars, close sales for you, handle your coaching calls for you. And guess what? All you have to do is follow our click-by-click training on setting up your ads. So how many of you guys are ready to join this powerful system? Some of you guys have already joined it. You guys first got to decide that you're ready to change your mindset, make more money, quit your job. So do you need to quit it right away? No. And build the life of your dreams. That's ultimately what you got to decide you want to do. If you don't, stay where you're at. Broke, complaining about your life, what you want to do. But you know what? We all want to live that rock star lifestyle. Just we'll see how many of you are actually willing to actually do what it takes. 97% of people who quit chasing their dreams are hired by the 3% that didn't. Be mindful of your behavior. So here's how this works. When you join the Infinite Freedom Success Team, you're going to get personal coaching, access to our success team and resources, team group weekly webinars and weekly training, ongoing mentorship tools and training to ensure your online business is a success, and Facebook ads training with step-by-step modules and access to our Sleeping Giant product that produces commissions as high as $2,700 and generated over $1 million our first month with our click-by-click system. Caitlin, can you put up the buy button for 129 bucks now? There's no sense of
Yes, again.
You get 30 minutes one-on-one with myself or one of our leaders to map out a game plan for your success. You'll get off on the right foot, and you'll begin seeing results quickly and know exactly what to do next. That's a $499 value. Access to our success team and resources. You'll get access to our success team for ongoing questions, support, and all of our team's resources. You're in business for yourself, but certainly not by yourself. Our team is here to make sure you succeed. If you ever get stuck or you need a little help, our leaders are here to help you along the way. That's a $4,899 value. Team group weekly webinars and weekly training. You'll get ongoing training with our team to make you an expert and ensure you build your online business as big as you want. We'll cover everything you need to start making money during our weekly training. All training is recorded, so you can always go back if you ever want a refresher. That's a $299 a month value. Mentorship tools and training. Many of the tools you need to get your online business off the ground would easily set you back hundreds or even thousands of dollars. You'll get everything you need to start building a successful online business when you join the Infinite Freedom team. And that's what's priceless, guys. Facebook ads, membership site access. Facebook's one of the easiest ways to get the high quality traffic we talked about flowing into your sales funnel. You'll get step-by-step training modules that'll show you exactly how to start making money with Facebook ads right away. This over-the-shoulder training is newbie-friendly and retails for over $800, and it's included right now for free. That's an $899 value. You're getting the exact same system I personally used to quit my job and build a seven-figure online business. Your investment, guys, it's pretty clear that you'd have to invest thousands of dollars in time, software, everything else. Why would you do that? I'm giving you guys an opportunity to join in for $129 right now. And we plan on opening it for $499. The coaching call alone's worth that. Join our success team, guys. Put your money where your mouth is, because I sure did. I'm willing to give you your money back if it doesn't work for you. That's how it's proven. If it doesn't work, it's you. Online education is the future. Tuition costs continue to rise. The majority of the people that go to college don't end up going into the career field tied to what they studied in college. Many people are looking at trade schools and online education as the future because it's more affordable and much faster than a 4 to 5 year program. Did you go to college? Are you using it? Do you have student loan debt? Guys, cost of higher education in North America, upwards of $33,500. And it goes beyond that for Stanford, Yale, and that's just per year. Student loan debt, these stats are from 2010. These are so outdated. I wish I could find one that was like more, but they're over double this now. So in 2010, it was $1 trillion. Canada, it was $15 billion. By the way, in the United States of America, you can never go bankrupt on your student loan, and it's passed on to your family members. So weird. Don't put your family members in that position. 45% of people that went to college basically said it wasn't worth it. 44% would want to know how much student loan debt a person was before they began a serious relationship. 28% delayed buying a house because of their debt. 12% delayed marriage, guys. And the saddest statistic of all, 27% of college grads have a job related to the major only. The other 73%, and we don't even know what the stats are and like what the actual workload versus their student loan versus how much money they make, so on and so on. The good news is you can now start building your own online business that gives you infinite freedom and way more money at a millifraction of what traditional education costs. So click on the button. And here's what you're going to do next. You're going to join the button. You're going to join the team. You're going to create the account. You're going to join our private mastermind Facebook group. You'll be added, and you're going to schedule your coaching call, and a welcome call will be done by Shailene, and you'll start making money and be on the road to freedom. So let's recap. If you want to learn how to build an online business, get started without technical skills or prior experience, skip all the common lessons most people have to make, and start making money. And this is where I want to congratulate everybody here. You guys are obviously serious about changing your lives. Most people never take the time to educate themselves the way you have. The fact that you've taken part in this workshop tonight shows that you have the commitment and determination to do this now. That's why you make a great addition to our team. You're the kind of people that we built this system for. We're looking for people who want to learn, who have the determination to change their lives, and will get excited about seeing the results for their work. This week, click on the button. But it gets better. There's no risk when you click on the button now. You'll get a full 30 days to decide if the Infinite Freedom Success Team is for you. If during the next 30 days you decide this is not for you for any reason or no reason at all, let me know and I'll give you a full refund. No questions asked, no games, no fine print. The word is my bond. And remember, you risk nothing. I'm going to give you a full 30 days to try this out. If literally, if there's any reason at all that this isn't for you, I'm going to give you your money back. Worst case scenario, it isn't for you. Get your money back. I mean, it's a no-brainer to me. It just doesn't make any sense. But I'm going to let you guys all know I'm not going to guarantee it beyond the next 48 hours. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep it at $129, and that's for real. You guys have watched it all the way to this point. You want to build an online business that gives you infinite freedom, and you know that you're not going to find an opportunity to get this much for such a low investment anywhere else. Seize the opportunity today to get in on the exact same system that changed my life and will change yours. And remember, there's no risk when you click yes. And here's where I'm going to pass it on to all of my wonderfully paid actors. Let me pass it. Oh, there we go. All right. So Nick, a.k.a. Sylvester Stallone, we're going to start off with you, all right?
Okay. How you guys doing tonight? Hey, I just want to say thank you all for coming out and watching the workshop tonight. And, you know, all the questions you guys had in there, hope they're all answered. But my name is Nick. I joined this, I was on the same workshop about 6 months ago, back in January. I was a machinist by trade for about 15 years, so about half my life. Ever since I was able to work, I worked a 9-to-5 job, mostly graveyard shift, and so I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. I started looking for, you know, other opportunities out there. I saw the way the internet was going and the opportunities it was opening up, and I came across this workshop, and I never looked back. I've learned how to, you know, I've learned skills I never thought I would have been able to learn. I've been able to go through the system step by step. I've been able to have the mentorship through all of that and have, you know, all that taught to me while I'm going through it. So that's what, you know, the most powerful part of the system is, just my personal opinion, is the mentorship, because you have people there that have the results that you want. They've been through the same steps that you've went through. They've been through the same training. They have the results that you want, and they get you there. And that's where I'm at today, 6 months later. You know, I have the same results as my mentors had at 6 months, and I guarantee in a year, just like Jen and just like Jeff and just like Caitlin here, in another 6 months, I'll be exactly where they're at. And so that's what's exciting about this. It's all duplicatable. Put in the work, and, you know, it happens. It takes a little bit of work. It takes some time, but it's a business, and I wouldn't have the time freedom I have right now if I didn't put in that time, you know, in the beginning. So I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight, and, you know, have a good night, and we'll see you guys on the inside.
Or the outside, Nick. But it's best to start on the inside.
Yeah.
All right, next we're going to pass you over to Caleb. And he will tell you that he can squat a whole bunch of weight, which he can. I personally seen it with my own eyes. We hired him off of, what was it, Mr. Universe or wherever it is. So after this, you know, if anyone wants any, you know, advice from him on how to act, pass it on to him.
I did get 100% in drama. Well, guys, congrats to all you guys that jumped on board and took action. I look forward to working with every single one of you. Like Nick was saying, we've all been on that side of the panel. And, you know, for me, it was a few short months. I made it a goal of mine to be on this panel. And I accomplished that very quickly. And it's because I had a hard work ethic. You know, I knew absolutely jack shit about any of this stuff, but I knew my why. So my why was I wanted to be at home with my family, and I wanted to be able to support them the exact same way I did with me being gone working rigs my whole life. Well, for the past 7 years I was, because, you know, I made 6 figures a year, but in that industry, it's just up and down, boom and bust, right? So when I found this, it was in that bust area that it still is in today. So it gave me that extra push to even look at this opportunity, right? So I got to say, I went through everything. I saw exactly what you guys are going through. I saw the big picture. I said, you know what? If I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm just going to keep doing. I'm just going to keep getting the exact same result. You know, Jeff had the results I wanted. So I said, well, if you say this is what I got to do, he's like, yeah, you do this, this, and that, you're going to have my result. I was like, all right, buddy, let's go. So I got to work, and I made shit happen. And 4 months in, I was able to walk away from the oil patch, and I do this full time now. I'm actually about 8 months into this now. And since month 4, I've done over 5 figures every month. This month being just over 30 grand so far. Still got a few days. I was shooting for 50, but I think I'm gonna fall a little short. But
oh darn! What a terrible month. Holy.
But I mean, anybody can do this. I dropped out of high school, much like Jeff. I went to construction, worked construction for a few years until I had a buddy. He was working rigs. He was telling me all about all this money he was making. So I was like, get me out there. I got that job, and I ended up out there for 7 years. And I was looking at that being my life for the rest of my life. You know, I was looking at doing that for another 20 years and hopefully saving up enough money to be able to retire, right? So with this system, you're definitely retiring at some point. So, so congrats. If you got, you know, I'm looking forward to working with every single one of you. We're all like family here. Once you get into the community, you're going to see, you know, we got people from all over. Thomas in the background there, and Jeff's screen there. He's up here from, he's from Louisiana. Louisiana, boy, up here from the bayou. All right, guys, we'll see you on the other side.
All right, Mike. Thanks a lot. Now we're going to pass it over to Mars Stanley. She's down from the Down Under. It's the first time we ever had one of our mates out here. She'll tell you her journey. All right. Thank you very much, Tamara. Next, we're going to pass you on to Jen. She'll tell you about her experience.
I don't have an accent, but it was also...
You sound English. You don't sound Australian. You sound English.
Oh, no.
Jeff, too. He sounds English.
Sorry, Tamara. Sorry, Tamara. It's good to see you on panel, though. Guys, like when Jeff did the poll earlier, I'm sure a lot of you guys were watching that, and you see your wages come up, and you're like, yeah, maybe I fall into that category of 40 or under, whatever, an hour. I know I did. It was from hospitality. I wanted something different, didn't want to work evenings, weekends all the time, didn't really want to go back to school. So Gord and I last year were lucky enough to come across Jeff's post, and we took action, came to this workshop just like you guys did. We can sit here now and be, you know, laughing about this and joking, and we were skeptical too. But like Caleb said, you start making 5-figure months, you're not so skeptical anymore. So we followed the wheel that Jeff and Caitlin laid out for us, and we had results. None of us had any technical aptitude whatsoever. You look at Nick. Nick is a product of us, and he's down from mentorship that we got from Jeff and Caitlin. We just passed it on. So it absolutely works. It's amazing. I'm actually in Radium right now working, and I can't go outside and show you guys any cool views because I'll lose internet connection. But yeah, it's changed our life completely. We've been doing this over a year, extremely successful. We know that this opportunity comes along for a reason, and if you want to take it and you follow the instructions, just like Jeff said, you'll be successful. So congratulations, so many action takers tonight. And yeah, we're excited to get you going and get you on the path to freedom too. So thanks, guys, once again.
All righty, Jen. Next, we're going to pass you off to Caitlin. She'll tell you about her journey. Top for now.
The proper voice doesn't suit you, Jeff. I like the F you, Jeff, more. Oh goodness! See, we have a lot of fun on here. This is how we are when we hang out and when we talk and stuff. Like, we have become a family. We've become friends. Today, a whole bunch of us. There's like 15 of us out at lunch today because Thomas was down visiting. Another couple, Ashley and Brian, were down visiting. Courtney was visiting. There's like a whole bunch of people visiting in our town right now. And funny him accent. Well done. Good job, Jeff. So I was one of those people who thought that going to university was the way to success. And you know what? Back in the day, it probably was. But again, it's a flawed model now where we've outgrown it. We have to update it and evolve. And now it's not the way anymore. But people still are stuck in that mindset of go to school, get a job, get married, buy a house, have kids, blah, 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 whatever, right? All that got me was a massive amount of debt and a fancy piece of paper that I couldn't even get a job with. That any job that I could have gotten wouldn't have even covered my daycare costs. I have 2 little kids that now one is going to be in kindergarten and the other one would have had to be in daycare, but both of them would have had to be in daycare. So last year, I was almost bankrupt because of the ups and downs of the oil industry and stuff like that, and me not being able to get a job that would be able to cover the daycare costs so I could even go to work. So I ended up having to move out of my house. I almost lost my first home that I owned. I had to sell a bunch of vehicles. I ended up having to move home to my mom's basement, which was a very hard pill to swallow after technically making it, owning a home and everything like that. And I was left with a massive pile of debt. And so I started looking for different things online, and I struggled for a long time because, again, you don't know where to start. You don't know who to trust. You don't know what to do. There's a massive learning curve. And a lot of people aren't willing to spend the time, effort, and energy to learn these skills. But I had no other option. So I tried so many different things. I failed at so many different things. But it wasn't until that I found a mentor who was actually willing to show me the proper steps to take and what I was doing wrong that things finally started to change for me. And it wasn't until I had an automated system that automated half this hard part for me, because I used to have to make all my own landing pages. I'd have to do all my own emailing. I'd have to set everything up by myself and like find products and do this. But we've done all this part for you. We handle the emails. We handle the creation of the landing pages. We handle the sales calls. We handle the product finding. You guys get to have access to absolutely everything that we use in our own business. You get to see the high converting products that we use. You get to see exactly how we do our ads and exactly how we do our traffic. You guys get have a mentor. You guys have a community of people. You guys have all this stuff that I wish I had when I first started. And this is why so many people who have no experience, Caleb didn't even have fucking proper internet until a week or 2 ago. And he's crushing out $30,000 months, you know? Nick was a mechanic or a machinist. He had zero technical background, and Jen was working in hospitality. Her boyfriend was working as a mechanic. Tamara was a therapist. You know, everybody comes from all these different walks of life, but it doesn't matter. The thing that they have in common was that they wanted a change and they were willing to put in the work to do it. That's it. If you have the desire to change and you're willing to be coachable and listen, you're willing to follow the steps, you're willing to stay consistent and determined, it's not a matter of if, but when you succeed. So congratulations to everybody who joined. We're super excited to see all the changes you guys go through over the coming months and to be able to meet you guys in the coming futures when we have all of our fun get-togethers.
All right, guys, that would be it.
What about Thomas?
Oh. We'll bring in Thomas. It's almost dinner time.
Yeah, it's I've been cooking.
Jeff hungry.
Hey guys, thank y'all for joining. Everybody that's joined in with us tonight. Thank Jeff and everybody that's came in here and the warm welcome we've got here in Kelowna this week. I come from 26 years of construction industry, and I joined in this about 10 months ago, and I follow this process step by step. Got all the mentoring from these people right here and many, many more. And now I'm sitting here in Kelowna getting to get more mentorship and training face to face. So it's pretty awesome to be able to hang around here and get the training from these people to make myself more successful. So thank you everybody that joined in again, and we look forward to working with y'all. Catch y'all on the other side and on the inside, flip flop and all that.
All right, and last but not least, we're gonna close this up. Average sucks. Period. Bye guys.